deeper into that punishment consequence, because I find that in the sort of work I do, I find that really interesting, because people do learn from a consequence. That's how they learn. That's how children learn. That's one reason why society today is quite strange, because often there's not often a consequence with things really, and then it gets into drama. But we'll talk about that in a minute. So basically, because this is a job and they're at work, what you find is that if someone needs to do something in a better way or quicker, or makes a mistake and causes damage, the best thing to do is to give them a fine, like a monetary consequence. Now, I find that really appropriate, because if I'm going to work, that is about money, and you'll pay me, and that's what we're there for. So to say to someone, this is a silly example maybe, but you're 10 minutes late, I'm going to dock you 20 quid, say, that would be appropriate, because that will make me think, right, well, I'm going to work to earn money and I've just lost £20, so I need to get to work on time.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is that actually is great, because to me, that's in the mind zone. Money exists in your mind. That's what you're thinking about. That's what you're at work for. But sometimes people don't do that, and instead of doing that, they get angry and they have a drama, and they start to, and that feels to a person a lot more personal, because it is. It's affecting how they feel. So sometimes with companies, managers and everything, they do shout and they do intimidate and they do bully, and that in the end makes that person feel bad. And as soon as they feel bad, like you were saying, they'll then withdraw inside themselves. So that connection won't be there, and long term you won't be able to trust them. So can you tell me other examples that you do in your business with that learning style?
Yeah, of course. I try and create a culture where everyone wants to be the best of what they do. So like a bit of a game again. It comes down to like sports. So you're trying to like find the root cause why you're not having the best out of your guys. Instead of going around finding people or whatever, I try and create that culture of like a bit of a game where who's the best, who doesn't have the most maintenance, who doesn't have the most problems, who's the, like, I remember going out on a works do, and there was a guy working for us once, and some of the boys were taking a mickey out of this one other boy because all site managers hated him because of his attitude. So they were making fun of it, messing about, like, just only banter, like, nothing bad. But then that created him to become a better person because of that. It was weird. So, like, that's what I say about this team, is get that team exactly like a rugby team or football team or basketball team or a netball team or hockey team, any team, right, sport, create the same in that environment to get the best out of people. And like you just said, shouting and bawling, that's all that happens, is when they wake up in the morning is, I don't want to go work. And you don't want to have that culture, and that's what I tried to create. And last year was a year where I just had to firefight, like I said, and it weren't the best way to deal with it. But at the end of the day, this year now, again, I'm going to go back to what we were normally, what we were before. And it's the matter of, that's what I think every company should do, is create that culture of creating a bit of a competition. Look at the NHBC awards, the Pride in the Job awards. All site managers want to be part of this game, this competition, and it is. But that creates really bad feeling sometimes on site, where the site manager's all about this, you've got to do it like this, and then it creates like the boys and the guys on site don't get anything from it. To maybe creating a competition on top of a competition. So maybe, and then the subbies end create a bit more thing, like,
So you'd need to get them involved as well, and it's not just about the top managers, it's also about
it's about the team again. See, it's about the team. And like I said, but just create that team, I think, anyway, and that's what I do. And I think it's going in the right direction now this year so far, and what we've changed, and just making everyone understand what their roles are, and just check on it. Well, how are you struggling with that? Do we move then that role onto someone else? Do you know what I mean? And just try and create that be very good morale, so people are bouncing into work, don't want to miss a day's work, instead of them flipping, like, being, I can't get a bed. And that's what I think.